protectors of the Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah.
Ina alhamdulillah wa salam Allah wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session of our series on Bukhari Hadiths entitled The Heart Softeners. And let's look at the Hadith for tonight and put it up on the screen. And this is a short Hadith, but even though it is very short, it carries a lot of meaning, something that we need to ponder. You know, something that I like to ponder for one thing. It addresses people. Ibn Umar tells us that he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, people are just like camels. Out of 100, you can hardly find a single camel that is suitable enough to ride. And this is so true about people. You know, it's hard to find good people, especially nowadays. You could have over 100 people that you associate with, but how many of those 100 people can you bring close to you as a friend? It's very hard to find someone that we can trust. It's very hard to find someone that we can depend on, someone who won't hurt us, someone who would honor us. So we are just like camels. You can come upon 100 people and still have a hard time finding one who is worthy of being a friend, of being, or even a good Muslim. So anyone would like to share with this hadith?
I can relate to that in my life, how, becoming a Muslim, from being out in the world, but now, and then being a Muslim, how I try, what am I trying to say? My trust in people was broken so many times. And even when coming in Islam and I'm trying to get to people, being around different people, but they change so quick. Like it's like, oh, that's not a real person. I can't deal with that. So now I can count on my fingers, on my hands, how many people that I deal with. And alhamdulillah, coming to the site, all of you, alhamdulillah, I appreciate you all because you all give me strength from even when you guys are going through something. I get the strength off of you because you overcome it and you don't let it bother you no more. But my trust issue is trying to come down, but like a camel, I only deal with chosen few people.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, many of us have stories like that to share. Yes, go ahead, Sister Sahara.
Okay. Alhamdulillah that you shared this hadith because, I was struggling with that for a very long time. Allah tests us with stuff that we, love. And me, I value friendship a lot. And every time someone comes into my life, it's like they never really last long. And it's never because we get into an argument or anything like that. It's like they associate their stuff with somebody else, and I'm like, damn, I'm not a cool person. Am I not? I think I'm the nicest person ever. I give everybody a chance. I listen to everybody's problems. I listen to them when they're having a hard time. They're always hitting me up just randomly whenever they need something. I try to take the time out of my day to listen to them and help them out. And I'm like, it's at this point, I just came to a conclusion where I was like, it's just not meant to be. And this is something Allah's going to test me with because it's something that I really, really value. And I do look for friendship because you can't always rely on your family, even though you can, but it's like you just want somebody that's your age to relate with you and just talk to them and stuff like that. And it's very hard finding people like that who actually feel the same way about you. So that's how I can relate to it.
Exactly. It's so true. People are people. People are just like animals. SubhanAllah. I mean, There's good ones out there. We were talking about that earlier in our Zoom room. The prophet, Allah tells us that there's good in everything and bad in everything. But we have to take our time to make the best choices for ourselves. You want to surround yourself with people who are righteous, who can help aid you in your goal of paradise. You don't want to surround yourself with people who are weak and people who are troublesome. So, you know, we have to be very careful when it comes to choosing people to deal with in business, people to deal with in pleasure, or anything else. Yes, go ahead. Anyone else?
I can relate to all of this because it seems to be happening even more so in these days, but it seems like it's always been there, you know, and I've never really considered myself as a person that had a lot of close relationships, you know, but I didn't always notice them. And even as a Muslim, you know, I most of the time, when I would find out, I find out the hard way. But what I'm seeing now is that Allah puts people in our lives for reasons. And most times we need those people to be placed in our lives when they are. A lot of times it's so we can learn from that or we can grow from that. Sometimes we don't always grow from it in the way that we expect to, you know, but we still growing in it because we see, well, I wish I had seen that before. I would have taken another path, or I would have taken another way, you know, but Allah wants us to see it because in some way it's strengthening our own selves, making us make better, hopefully make better choices and the people that we have around us. I have stepped out of circles so many times when after I finished the last book I wrote, I had said, and that was just when COVID was getting bad, I said, I'm going to, after I finish this book, everybody that was around me at that time, I'm stepping out of that circle because I don't believe it's good for me. It's not good for my deen. It's not good for me, you know. So, and that's what I did. So, because I learned a lot about those people, you know, and so it's a lot of lessons in life, a lot of lessons. We don't always be ready for them. Sometimes they're painful, you know, but we still have to learn. And Allah knows what we know not. That's
true.
it.
That's true, alhamdulillah. So, you know, we have to be careful and, you know, just be selective when it comes to choosing who we associate with, just like we have to be selective when choosing a car to drive, an animal to ride, or whatever. You know, so well-known, well-taken lesson from our Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in this hadith. So I want to thank everybody for joining and participating in this session. Please make sure everybody is here for the classes tomorrow. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu